Hello, promotion winner. How does that feel?
It feels good, I'm not going to lie. I said to in my other interview before, I think we made hard work with the first half, we weren't quite at it. They were the better side, Trafford, and credit to them, they come and played, and we knew they would. Just said there to Calla, I got the shape wrong. We went with 3-5-2 because we were so good on the Monday, but it was a different game, and I toyed with that, and I got that wrong, and we weren't set up right, so we changed it at half-time. Well, we changed it in the first half, and I thought when we went back to the 4, we looked a lot more solid, a lot more compact, but, you know, they probably should have went in a goal up. But we got over the line. Staying, that's all that matters. Over a 42-game period, we've been the best team in the league, and no one can take it away from us. You know, people can have their opinions, people can talk and say what they want, but now they deserve to give them players some credit because they've actually got over the line. And you have to look at some of the clubs that are in this division who we've competed with. Some big non-league clubs. A little old Widnes are going to be with the big boys next year, and I'm made up.
It was a bit nervy at times, especially in that first half, and then as soon as you made those changes at half-time, and then not long after the second half started, it sort of just changed the game, and then it almost felt like one team was going to win it in the end.
Yeah, I just felt at half-time, during the first half we had to change something. We could see what was going on. Obviously, you've got Kings there, he's not played for weeks. He's been injured, no skipper in there, so we felt like we needed a bit of experience there. And I knew Harry'd make an impact. I just knew he would. He's a big game player. He scored some important goals for us this season, mate. Some big goals. Remember the one early on the season, Widnes away when we're 1-0 down with 8 minutes to go, and he pops up and he scored a massive goal against Kidsgrove, and I knew he'd have a chance, but we changed the shape. It suited us a lot better. But every one of them to the man, I thought the second half was we were the better side. The first half we weren't quite at it. You'd have to give Trafford credit. I thought they played well. They come to play, and I said to our lad, they won't come and roll over. Got some really good players. I thought the surface suited them. I just thought we let them play a little bit too much, and like I say, once we changed it, once we got that goal, it just felt like the half was never going to end, if I'm being honest with you. You know, and we could have had the second, and probably should have had the second, should have with the chances we had. But winning league titles is about getting over the line, mate, and it doesn't matter how you do it, you just do it. And I seen, hence we got a late winner today, and I'm just glad we done our job because we didn't want no favours off anybody. We didn't want anyone saying, you know, we fluked it or we've had a touch. We've won this league, and none players in there deserve all the credit.
Like you say, after a 42-game season, there's been times where you were not quite coasting, but you were pretty comfortable ahead, and in the last 10 games or so, maybe a few slip-ups here and there. Has it been like the longest 5 or 6 games of your lifetime, do you feel?
It does, yeah, and look, mate, I see all the outside noise, and someone say to me, they've blew it and the wheels have come off. No wheels have come off, mate. We've lost 1 in 10. All right, were we at the levels that we were early on the season? In some of them games, yeah. You know, you get people commenting and going on social media who weren't at the game, who didn't see the game. Anyone who's watched us the last 3 or 4 games will see that we're a very good side. Just the goals weren't coming, the goals dried up. Maybe those little decisions and those fine margins that we were on the right end of earlier on in the season, we just weren't. But we say it every single week. Okay, as you just said, the league's went over a 42-game period. We had a little spell where things weren't quite happening. We didn't panic. Okay, we didn't lose games. We drew games. And what it does show for me is how far ahead in front we were and how good we were earlier on the season to have that cushion, which then allowed us to go on. And I think the last 3 games, I think the lads have been outstanding. The last 3 games, they found the form back. We found our mojo, if you want to say it. And our big players, the last 3 games have turned up. And I mean turned up, and I'm over the moon, Steve, as I'm sure you can tell.
When you talk about the people who speak and the outside noise and stuff like that, there's been times this season where it's been Hednesford they're probably going to go on and win it. Some people have said after the games, and I think there's only one of the few managers with the Kidsgrove manager might say you're the real deal or something like that. There has been times we have been doubted, but you've came through it. And what's that mean to you, being able to put aside that pressure, or at least those people who are discrediting the team?
And look, I've got no problem with that, because hence with an unbelievable side. What's the run they're on now? I think have they lost 1 in 15 or something? I don't know what it is, but hence with an unbelievable team. An unbelievable team. The players they've got, you know, the resources they've got, and we're competing with them. And I've got no problem with managers thinking that they're going to win it. But I just think there's been times in games where we've been outstanding, and I think we've had backhanded compliments. And again, I'm not asked, Steve, I couldn't give a toss. I sleep like a pensioner every single night. Okay, I'm not bothered, but I just think sometimes those lads in there deserve the credit. Okay, there's a lot of lads in there, maybe it hasn't quite worked out at other clubs. There's lads who've got experience, and you know, and what we've done, and what you've just said before about putting that outside noise out, is show character. And that's a word that I use every single week, character. Okay, because you can have all the quality in the world, you can have all top players, but these lads are here for the right reason. And I just think we've been what a few other teams weren't, and that's what I am. And I think we've been the best team. But that word again, I'll use it again, character. They've shown absolute bottle. They've shown character, they've shown stones, and they've got themselves over the line. And, you know, all the noise doesn't matter. Nothing matters. We're top of the league, and we've deserved it. And especially those lads in there.
What does this mean to you personally? Like you left Runcorn under a bit of a cloud, a bit of controversial styling with City Liverpool. It probably didn't get the time that you maybe warranted. It was probably at the end of August when you lost your job there, and you come into
4 games.
you come into Widnes with the team bottom of the table. Now within 2-3 years, you're competing against some of the biggest teams in the region next season.
I think I'll be honest with you, Steve, I've been to 3 clubs, and in 3 clubs I've built teams. Okay, that's what I've done. I went into Runcorn, and listen, I left probably not in the best situation, but it's a fantastic club. I had 10 years there as a player and manager, and it's a club that's really, really close to my heart, and it's a brilliant club. I've got so many messages there of some of the people at the club, and but we come in there, and I think we had 7 or 8 players when I took over, and the first season we finished 4th, and the second season we won it, and we built a squad. We went to City Liverpool, started really well. We had COVID, that happened, don't forget we've had that. We built another squad, and then we had to build another one, and I think the one that I built when I got the sack after 4 games was capable of going and getting playoffs without a shadow of a doubt. Did we have to start? We wanted no. And listen, they made the decision, and no sour grapes, that's their decision, and it ended up being the right one because Mac had come in and done a fantastic job. And then we come to Widnes, and you're right, 2 seasons ago, stayed up on the last day, and 2 seasons later, we're winning a title, and we've built a squad again. So I think that's everywhere I've went. I'd like to think that whatever club I've left them in a better place, and, you know, but it's not about me. It isn't about me. It's about them players in there, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Players win football matches. You know, my job and my coaching staff job is to get the best out of them, is to leave no stone unturned, giving them much information we can so they've got no excuses, and set them up as best we can. But they've got to cross that white line and go and do it, mate. And they've done it. And I said to them, like, I've had my time, you know, and Lorty has, and Rye has, and Biggsy has, and it's their time now. And I told them to enjoy it because it doesn't happen often. There's players who play non-league football, I mean, 20 years, managers, and don't win anything. And they've won a league title, and no one can take that away from them, and I'm made up for them, mate.
I was only thinking when I was writing the match report about that game against Runcorn Linus last season when narrowly lost out on the playoffs. I remember you saying you don't think you've done enough over the course of the season. How much did that sort of those scars or the setbacks last season play into this season preparations? Huge,
because we built on it. And I thought we were unlucky last season. I said that to you, didn't I? And I just feel, if I'm being honest, we weren't quite ready. We just weren't there. That big game against Runcorn. I remember going to City Liverpool and losing 2-0 and playing really, really well. But they got the job done. And we sort of shifted it this season. We're like, okay. Because a lot of the times we were going away last season playing lovely football and not quite getting the results. And the focus this year was being the most organised, the fittest team, which I think we have been. I think out of possession, we think we're the hardest team to break down. I think we're one of the hardest working teams in the league. And then we've had that quality, 17 clean sheets. And I don't know what our goal tally was yesterday, but it's a damn sight lot more this year. I don't know if we're the second highest scorers in the league or the third. But we've kept the most clean sheets, and that's what everything was built on. Solid, be hard to break down, and take your moments when they come. And the lads have done that. And like I said, I remember pre-season, early on the season, Steve, we had the first pre-season session, we had 12 lads there. 11, 12 lads. You know, we didn't bring players in for the sake of it. We wanted that small squad feel, you know, and it wasn't by accident. And listen, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet here, I'm not trying to take any credit. It worked, but the lads have still got to go and do their job, haven't they? You know what they say, everyone's got a game plan to get punched in the face. But like I said, I'll use that word again, character and response. Every time they've had a setback, you know, I remember going away to Clitheroe a couple of weeks ago and losing 4-0 and getting an Harden, and it was a tough day. You know, when a position you're in, you don't see league leaders getting beat like that. What did they go and do? They went and won 3 and drew 1 out the next 4. That's what league winners do, and that's what they've done this year. They show massive character.
And now you can sort of enjoy yourself, but at what stage do you start thinking to next season, and can you even enjoy tonight, or is it at the back of your mind?
Oh, I'm enjoying tonight, mate. I've promised me missus 7 days. I said a week, no football, no speaking about football, no nothing. I'm going to get my family, all my family here. I'm going to go and enjoy with them tonight. It's our presentation afterwards, which is fitting. We're going to have a really good night. We're going to have a right few ales. Obviously, Liverpool are going to win the league tomorrow as well, so that's another day. And I'm going to have a good week. I'm going to relax. And then give it 7 days, and then the focus will be on next season.
And just one more. Was those a few tears when you were looking up to the
It was emotional, mate. You know, doing my team talk before the game, and I'm not normally that. I'm not. I'm normally a little bit cold and a little bit reserved, and it's about, you know, getting the job done. But I felt emotional this morning. You know, like I said to the lads in there, it's you know, you want to be winning league titles. You know, you want to be chasing things. You want to get promotion. But I think a big thing of it is who you do it with, and my backroom staff again have been outstanding for me. It's a team effort. This, you know, I might be the manager, and I at the end of the day I pick the team, but all of them have an input. Every single one of them, the sessions they put on, going to games for me, watching VOs, and like I said to Cal before, I'm hard work day. I'm ringing them on Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. The missus are probably thinking, what's going on there? That's just the way I am. And it's been a team effort. It's been outstanding, and they deserve a lot of credit as well. And you know, this is a team game, and I couldn't do it without them, mate.